Hi everyone, it's B.Devine here again, of course, and welcome to the predictions for the month of June. And I can't believe we're finally in June. You know, the middle of the year is happening and so much has gone on this year, it's not funny. And what I'm going to do this time is normally I just talk about the channeled message that comes through. But this time I thought I might do it a little bit differently. Because I was with you guys in April and I did the predictions for April, and it was a very long video. And I wasn't with you guys for May doing the, because of the entire month of April, just after I made the last predictions. Of course my grandmother got ill. And so I've just been feeling like I've been in a total another person's body, and wasn't able to bring you guys the messages that I wanted to do. So for the month of June, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle my Domino Angels cards, and I'm going to pull out 2, maybe 3 Domino Angels cards, and those will be the focus for the month of June. I just wanted to say that the most thing that I can see happening around the globe, or just around, you know, the people that work with me and that I know, I've gotten to know through Facebook and YouTube and all the places that I am, is that there is this fear that is lifting away from people. So at the beginning of the year and perhaps the end of last year, there were so many people that were so frightened about what's going to happen in 2012 that were just thinking it's the end of the world, etc., etc. But what I'm noticing is that this fear is lifting from people, and what we have instead is this love and this understanding and peace that's starting to happen. Of course, there are still people that are hanging on to, you know, negative ways, and perhaps will always be an angry type of personality, or somebody that's just negative because they feel, well, what it basically boils down to is they feel sorry for themselves and their circumstances, etc. So you're going to have that, and you're also going to have a feeling within yourself of going back to old habits, whether suddenly you started smoking again, or suddenly you picked up the drink again and you know, started drinking, or if you were someone that was like a gym junkie and you started working out like crazy again, or eating again, really like craving some really strange foods, etc., etc. So that's almost like you know, something hanging on, or something saying, don't forget about me, or don't forget that we used to do this. And perhaps it's a comfort thing where we go back to something that we know, and something that we used to like, and something that made us feel in a particular way. So a lot of people are experiencing those things, and you know, it's coming in full force. So I just wanted to say that in June you're going to start sort of going, okay, I know what I'm doing. I know that I've been going backwards a little bit in behaviours and situations, but I'm not going to be hard on myself, because the worst thing for you to do is feel guilty about anything. You know, if you've had fun and you've gone and you've done all these things that you used to do, don't worry about it. Just let it be part of your life, lessons for now in your life. So, you know, you are just sort of focusing on, you're filtering out, I guess is the word, you know, you're filtering out issues, and so of course they're going to come up to the surface for you to deal with. And when you know, you start, for example, smoking like a train again, don't worry about it. Just, you know, you'll know that you'll also right back from that. You know, you'll stop again. So just let yourself go through these little experiences without holding judgment on yourself or anybody else for that matter. So anyway, what I'm going to do is, as I said, I will shuffle these Domino Angel cards. And also what I've been holding in my hand, generally I hold this, it's a little bit of a smoky quartz. It's a clear quartz, but it's got a little smoky tinge to it. And generally I hold this, but sometimes it has so much energy that I start talking so fast and getting excited. So I have to put it down every now and then. So I'm going to put it down while I shuffle the cards. What we're asking the cards for, so before you ever start shuffling cards or anything like that, you always are having something clear in your mind. So it's no good shuffling the cards and going, I wonder what they're thinking about me. Oh. And you know, your mind's without, and you wonder why you get confused messages. So what I'm going to be focusing on is, what can we expect to feel during the month of June, and what's coming, you know, what's coming for us? What's a message for us for the month of June? Now this is for everybody, and you can take little bits from it, you know, whatever you want to do. All right. So the first one, okay, the first one that we've got coming up is Archangel Metatron, okay? Now you want to think, see the colours in the background? It's like an orangey yellow, even sort of the colour on the back there would represent Metatron very well. Okay, so this is for the month of June, and it's saying Archangel Metatron is with you, increasing your time with children. Births and pregnancy abound, so if you're wanting a baby, you are very fertile right now. Also, it's a time of giving to others. A teenager may be going through a rough patch, so try to take a gentle approach with this. Many doors are open to you now, but if you hesitate, you will miss it. Be sure to take up any new opportunities and be brave. Thank you, Archangel Metatron. Light an orange or yellow candle to connect. Remember what I always say is a white substitutes for anything. So if you've only got white candles, just use it. It's just a focusing point. A candle is just, you know, like a focusing point on your issue. So okay, so we've got Archangel Metatron first. Now I'm going to shuffle again because I was going to do the second card that was on the top, but I'll just shuffle again quickly. Month of June. And we got Archangel Zadkiel, okay? So Archangel Zadkiel is with you, urging you to organise your finances. If you've had extra bills coming in and not enough money to cover it, Zadkiel can offer practical advice and suggestions. Even when we see bills, Zadkiel reminds you to keep positive because there are blessings around the corner. Someone may offer you financial help, and don't be so prideful that you don't take it. Thank you, Archangel Zadkiel. Light a red candle. So I'll shuffle one more time, do one more card, and then I'll talk with you about it. So, a message for the month of June. Alright, and we've got the Angels of Water. Alright? The Angels of Water are with you, and this may indicate a pool party. Or else you need to drink more water to help you through achieving your goals. Double your water intake for 3 days and you'll notice an amazing difference. This is a good way to flush negative toxins from the blood. You may also find that you feel alive near the ocean, and this may be an indication for a day at the beach. Any body of water will be helpful right now. Thank you, the Angels of Water. Light a white-blue candle to connect. Okay, so that one's pretty self-explanatory. So these are what we're going to look at, these 3 cards. Archangel Metatron first. Okay, now this is talking about, you know, Archangel Metatron is wonderful at helping children, especially those who have what they call issues, which would be like ADHD, hyperactivity, temper tantrums, moodiness, etc., etc., etc. Archangel Metatron is wonderful at working and helping these sensitive children that are in the world now, especially teenagers. We do know how sensitive teenagers can be. But even the younger ones, especially the ones that, I was just talking to someone about this morning, the children that have been born, especially this year, after 2010, even after the year 2000, but especially this year, are very, very, very sensitive to the energies that are going on around the world. They're very close to their angels and guides. In fact, they will probably see their angels and guides throughout their entire life easily. And these are going to be the leaders for the next generation, obviously. The teenagers that are in the world at the moment are wanting a complete change to the world. They are sick and tired of the way our generation and the generations before have messed things up. And we're going to see that they are not so worried about the smaller issues, but they are worried more about global issues. And what you're going to find is, because their minds are so far ahead of themselves, that a lot of the times they're going to be very, very vacant with you. You're not going to feel like you're actually making any sense to them. They're not going to feel like they're making any sense to you. And, they are seeing things in a completely different way than we might have seen things, like growing up. And, they are, as I said, they are leaders. And so in their mind, they actually see about 10 years ahead of themselves. And so the small things like going to parties and, staying up all night and playing the PlayStation, etc., etc., and you're looking at them and you're like, why don't you get a job? My God. You do something with yourself. You're so lazy. But to them, these small issues of like having a job and things that we were always looking forward to in our life means absolutely nothing. So there may be something that we can take from that. If they're not worried about these small issues and having a job and going to school and all of those sorts of things, they're looking at a bigger picture, which means that there is nothing to really be concerned about in the future. I think that these children, especially the teenagers that are going to be the leaders, know that in the future there is really none of these mundane things to worry about. And so, although a lot of people will call it laziness, etc., etc., they really actually know what they're doing. So we just got to focus on perhaps taking on some of these personas for ourselves. So in other words, my husband's just come home and he's looking in the window. In other words, if these children are not worried about these small things, then why are we worrying about all these small, tiny little things? For example, money and thinking that we're not smart enough, or thinking that there has to be a certain sequence of events in our lives in order for us to succeed. If we take the focus of chilling back, like sitting back and relaxing, and instead imagining everything's going to be okay, and each day I'm going to take a step closer to my goals being realised. So each day, if you're focusing on one day you're going to have, like an amazing job where you don't have to work for anybody else, for example, and I really recommend that everybody starts getting into working for themselves. So then one day when there is no real need for money in the world, we're all sharing our skills and our knowledge and helping each other in that way. But anyway, getting back to it. If we start thinking, okay, everything's actually going to be better than I expect, instead of limiting ourselves, like thinking, I can't do that because of this, or I can't do that because they'll say that, or I can't do that because of I'm stupid or something. If we keep limiting ourselves like that, then why would we expect anything to get better for us? Why would we expect anything to be different? Be patient with yourself and be patient with these children that are extra sensitive. And talking about finances, and Thankyou is one of the angels that is very, very focused on abundance in our life. And so many times we are focused on the things that we don't have, We're always going, if I had this, I would be happy. If I had this much money, I would do this. If I, had this, then I would have the freedom. But Thankyou asks you to actually look at things as though it's already taken place. So just as I was talking about with the children, they just, I've even asked my son Josh, what about the future? And he goes, I just think everything's going to be fine. I'm not worried about anything. We have to have that kind of attitude even towards our finances, towards our health, etc., etc. It's the little things that we do, the little improvements in our positivity that make this huge, huge difference in our life. So if you are struggling with finances, if you're thinking, oh, wow, I'm watching the news and all of the, the banks are collapsing and this, that, and having trouble and that, stop watching the news for a start. Turn all of that off and just focus on your imagination for yourself. Because let me tell you, even when you think that you know how your future is going to be, or you think that you know how a financial situation might turn out, believe me, if you are limiting your expectations, then you're not going to see the biggest picture that you can see. So don't limit yourself. Imagination is everything to bringing that what you're imagining to you in even a better way than you ever thought. So as I said, when I was trying to manifest a house, I had a list of things that I wanted in a house, and I knew basically what I wanted, like how it would be and how many rooms I needed to have, etc., etc. But then when it actually all came down to it, it was so much better than I'd even anticipated, and I felt so lucky and blessed, etc. So, work with your finances in that way. So instead of saying, I don't have enough money to pay this bill, say this bill is taken care of and there'll be more than I think left over, etc., etc. Now I know some people say, oh, I've been trying to do that and nothing happens. Well, it's because you've just switched your mind over to the nothing happens, and you've started the worry habit. You've got to try very, very hard, even throughout your life. Doesn't even matter about the month of June, but throughout your life, try very, very hard to correct those little mistakes that we have in our mind. Because when we are born into, like perfection, and we are able to manifest anything we want. We cry, here comes mother, we know that, So we've just got to be able to stop these little tricks, our mind plays tricks on us. It's almost like a devil on your shoulder and an angel on the other shoulder, and the devil goes, you can't, and the angel goes, you can, you can do anything. So ask Thankyou especially to help you see life in an abundant way. So again, when you are closing your eyes, and you are clearing yourself and you are protecting yourself, and you are, looking to, financial situations or abundance. I do like to call it abundance because that takes care of everything. When you are looking at yourself in that way and you are seeing yourself as sitting there smiling and able, you're seeing yourself handing freedom to everybody, freedom meaning money. So you're handing, this freedom to everybody, and you can see this smile, and you can still imagine that there's plenty more where that came from. And not only that, but you're going on all these different adventures, and not only that, but all your family and your children and, the people that you know are also, understanding, and they're smiling and they're getting it. All of these things, I am telling you, is the most powerful type of meditation or affirmation that you can ever do. These are the things that change reality, and we are doing it. We've already started to do it, and a lot of people that I know already who were, negative. I guess negative in a way, because they were always seeing the worst, case scenario, and now just really feeling this vibe of excitement. And I know, whenever I'm around somebody that's like, negative and getting me down, and there are a lot of people that are quite, in my family circle that are just very, very negative, and it takes all my strength to fight it and not give in, So I basically sit there with a smile on my face the whole time, and before I know it, I'm laughing my head off about something, and that relaxes them down, and they end up laughing as well. You know, whether it's something ridiculous or not, or whether it's just laughing at me sitting there with a smile on my face, I don't know, but it seems to work. So trick everything, you know, twist everything in your mind back to this positive. So you can hear yourself, you know, these nagging thoughts are going on, you can hear it. So you say, no, God, I'm doing it again, stop, stop, stop. And I can't say how important that is to you in order to get your goals happening in your life and to start attracting more of the things that you want and less of the things that you don't want. Now, the Angels of Water was the other one for the month of June, and I hope I'm not talking too long, guys, but it is what it is with with my videos. I just start talking and that's it. So the Angels of Water are with you, and it may be that you go into a party where somebody has a pool, and I have a pool, but you can't all come, I'm sorry. But really, I think you may need to drink a lot of water. Whenever we are, you know, we have all these things going on in our mind, we have to flush out. And I personally don't even like the taste of water. I just don't like water at all. So I have to really force myself to do it. But if you start having water, you wake up in the morning and say you put the kettle on to have a cup of coffee or a cup of tea or whatever it is that you have in the morning, first thing in the morning, just make yourself drink like as much as you can take of water first before you do anything else. And so what I've done to myself now is, if I say I want to have you know, a cup of tea or a yerba, or I really love yerba mate, but you know, sometimes I have a coffee, try to have maybe only 2 or 3 coffees at the most a day, at the most, but before I have it, you know, before I have anything, have this bottle of water or drink of water. And get into the habit of squirting some lemon juice in there, because it not only helps your skin, but it actually pulls fat and sludge, etc., away from all your intestines and, you know, your bodily systems. It's pulling it away from there. It's sort of like breaking it all down so you can flush it out. And you'll also notice that with the lemon juice, your eyes start to open up more. You just get this wide-eyed sort of feeling. So for 3 days in a row, try this, and what will happen is you'll actually be thirsty for the water after a time. You'll just get, you know, oh, I need to have that water. And so just don't ignore that, because, you know, we are made up mostly of water and we need it. Our brain needs it, especially, I believe, a lot of the times we get headaches, etc., we just haven't had enough water. I often say that to my son Josh. He says, oh gosh, I've got a real bad headache, you know, and he wants to complain about it, and I say, well, have you had any water today? And he goes, no. So, you know, have a big drink of water. And he goes, actually, after he has the water, after about 10 minutes, he just waits. We just wait on giving him a Panadol or whatever it is. Just wait on that, and he has that water. So there we go. We've got Metatron. We've got don't hesitate about opportunities. There's going to be endings to certain situations in your life that need to stop. And, you know, whatever is coming up for you that needs, you know that you have to let go of it in order for the new to come about. Take a giant leap of faith. If you are just sitting on the edge going, oh, I want to leave my job, but what if I don't make it? Well, you're limiting your options. Just get out of there and go, right, this is what I'm going to do, and I will believe that I will be fed, and I will, you know, be able to pay for things. You know, there is a way through everything. See that this month and start working with it. And, you know, organise your finances. So, in other words, don't sit there and go, how am I going to do it, you know, pulling your hair out. But go, okay, this would be better if I cut this away from my life and I start making changes over here, and I don't really need that over there, and, you know, the eBay purchases can wait for a little while, and, you know what I mean, just sort of start doing that, but believing that more and more is coming by doing that. You know, believe that every change you make is for the better. Never give in to negative thinking, or, you know, that you can't do anything. Because the people that are successful in the world, all of the people in the world that, you know, have you see as success, whether it's freedom with money, etc., etc., they've all said, I don't care, I'm going to keep going until I get there, and then I'm going to share. You know, I'm going to share my knowledge, share my wealth, you know, etc., etc. And then it starts inspiring others, and on it goes. And this is how we change this existence, you know, the world that we have. So thank you all for listening. And once again, I've probably talked for nearly an hour, I have no idea. But I will be getting this uploaded and to you guys as soon as I can. And also, I hope you've been enjoying. I know there's been some videos that are just totally different, and they are me playing my bass. And I was not going to put those out there, but too bad, they're out there now, and they are my practice sessions. So when I'm sitting at home, and I make myself do about 2 hours a day now, because it's the only time I've found when I'm playing my guitar that I'm not thinking about anything else other than getting those notes right, you know. So it's been a wonderful relief for me. So while I've been away, I've just been playing and playing and playing and playing and playing, and lo and behold, I can finish a whole lot of songs now. So you're going to be seeing my journey as I'm getting better and better and better, I guess, and going along. And my taste in music, it's right out there. Sometimes it's heavy metal, sometimes it's not. A lot of the times it is. And there you go, I'm going to be doing some singing. I've also been teaching some students vocal lessons. So I'm going to ask them if I can please put our lessons on video, and then you guys will see that also. There's just stuff going on everywhere. I'm going to be teaching my boys how to drive a manual. So in Australia we call it a manual, in the States they're like stick shift, man. So I'm going to teach the kids how to drive a stick shift, and I'm going to be very, very patient while it happens. And I don't have a brake on the other side of the car, but alright, I'll just do that. So I'm going to be filming that if you want to see it. I don't know. We're just going to film a whole lot of different things, and you know, perhaps it helps somebody out there on another whole different level, you know, who knows. So thank you so much for listening. I know it's time to go, and until the next video, hope you've been checking out my other channel. Here I go. Checking out my other channel, because I'm doing a whole section on you know, you being a healer and how to do it all for free, etc., etc. So that's it, Divine Healing, YouTube Divine Healing. Okay, that is it from me, and until the next video, it's goodbye. Bye!